Thanks for staying with us. Closing arguments have begun in the Senzo Meyiwa trial within a trial. Now, this after the defense called its last witness a police officer who told the court of how contradicting opinions divided investigators. Now, the High Court in Pretoria also heard that at some point there were about 40 investigators probing Meyiwa's killing. 5 men are currently on trial for the 2014 murder. And for more on this, let's speak now to SABC News senior reporter Chriselda Lewis. Chriselda, we saw a stop-start to the process earlier this week, but it does look like things are now ready to, in fact, are going ahead.
Oh, absolutely. And in fact, what happened in court today, the defence's strategy to call more witnesses, Bongiwe, was somewhat dealt a blow with Judge Rata Mokgotleng barring one of the police officers. The defense had planned to take the stand after the state had indicated that General Vincent Lishabane, who was due to take the stand this morning, was on its list of witnesses in the main trial of the state.
We submit, my lord, that an important factor to consider is that some of those witnesses might be on the list of state witnesses in the main trial.
Bongiwe, then Warrant Officer Mishep Makubo, the next witness, who was one of the investigators who claimed to have investigated both dockets, took the stand and told the court that information police had given him in 2019 regarding Senzo Meyiwa's killing contradicted what he knew about the death of the soccer star.
The information that they had was contradictory to the information that I had relating to this case.
What do you mean by that?
Ukuthi ngisasho ukuthi bathi ngo-number 1 kwenzakalani. Baze bathinta ngo-number 5. Number 5 ngiyamazi ke.
I will not state what they said with regards to number 1. They also implicated number 5, whom I know.
Well, Makubo also says, Bongiwe, he was not informed of the arrest of the 5 men who are currently before court and only learnt of the existence of the other docket in this case in 2019. And this was at a meeting in the office of the state prosecutor in this case. Let's take a listen to what was said there.
Even though I would not recall the date, but it was
2019.
But it was in the year 2019.
So, sase office in laga Advocate Baloyi.
We were in Advocate Baloyi's office
Sizokhuluma ngayo indaba yale case.
to speak about this particular case. Qhubeka.
Awubeka umbono wami ku Advocate Baloyi.
And I have given Advocate Baloyi my opinion.
Ngalo lonke uphenyo lalo mbono wami ohlukile
About the investigation of my different opinion.
Yes.
Qhubeka ba.
so sashi docket kuye.
And we left the docket in Mr. Baloyi's office.
If you say we, with who were you?
Uma uthi sa shia docket. It was myself and Colonel Buthelezi.
Yes.
Yebo.
Uma kusenjalo kwafika uKenneth Genenda wafika nedocket leli linye
And
abayithula amadocket.
And after that, whilst we were still there, then Colonel Gininda came with another docket. Then there were 2 dockets.
So what we also heard inside court, Bongiwe, is that at some point there had been 40 investigators that had been probing Senzo Meyiwa's death. This is according to Makubo, who says that the police minister had fired those police officers, and they were brought into the fold, himself and 3 other police officers. But on the other hand, the state wants Makhubo's testimony struck off the record, and why the prosecutor, Advocate George Boloi, believes that Makhubo's evidence makes no contribution regarding the alleged confessions of accused number 1 and 2, that which the court is currently dealing with in this trial within a trial. So with the defence opting not to call other witnesses, closing arguments then commenced, Bongiwe, with the state asking the court to reject accused number 1 and 2's versions. Let's take a listen to what Advocate George Boloi had to say.
The rhetorical question, my lord, that we ask is this: how will the police have come up with a version that stands in the confession? We ask the rhetorical question: how will the police have known what to write in those confessions? How will the police have known how to tailor the version that is germane to the 2 accused? And we will submit, my lord, that in essence, the accused allege that Lieutenant Colonel Mboto, Lieutenant Colonel Rapadu, and Lieutenant Colonel Hadebe, 3 very senior and seasoned police officers, are part of this grossly irregular scheme, in terms of which some unknown police officer completes the confession with all their personal details of the accused and all the information that appears therein, that these 3 senior and seasoned commission officers agree to make a cameo appearance and be used in this nefarious scheme to force the accused to sign the completed pro formas and the confession statements that were never read to them.
Right, so Bongiwe, closing arguments continue tomorrow in the High Court.
All right, thank you very much, Chriselda, and we'll certainly get more of the updates from you. That's our reporter, the SABC News senior reporter, Chriselda Lewis, who's been watching developments there in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial.